It's nice to be here. So I started RightNow 14 years ago in Bozeman, Montana, of all places. It was an experiment in whether or not the internet could remove geography as a constraint in where you locate a business. 14 years later, we're now about 1,100 employees, largest commercial employer in Bozeman, the only public technology company in the state. It's a small pond, but we're a big fish. And we're very pleased to serve nearly 2,000 of the world's largest brands. People like Nike, SiriusXM, Expedia, Social Security Administration. We're one of the world's top 100 websites in terms of traffic. We serve about 8 million end users a day through our systems on behalf of our clients. But that's not why I'm here to talk to you today. The topic is about the fact that, and this has been woven through many of the presentations so far, is that consumers really call the shots today. And in a very real sense, the power has shifted from corporations to consumers. And the actual rules of business have changed. Peter Drucker said it extremely well when he said, in a few hundred years, when the history of our time will be written from a long-term perspective, it is likely that the most important events historians will see are not technology, not the internet, not e-commerce. It's the unprecedented change in the human condition. And for the first time, literally, substantial and rapidly growing numbers of people have choices. That's the big difference. And society is totally unprepared for it, end quote. And our own studies bear this out. We do a lot of consumer research, and our latest survey, we found that 82% of U.S. consumers have stopped doing business with a company because of a single bad experience. And most of those people told us that they would never go back. So in the few minutes I have with you, I want to explore why I believe this is happening and discuss some of the implications for all of us. So the first reason, and I'll give you three, is that globalization has increased consumer choice. I heard someone say recently that in consumer markets, supply now exceeds demand, which I think is true. We think about that as us as consumers. And the ways that companies used to compete don't work anymore. It used to be, if you wanted differentiation, you would invent something new, a new feature in a product. And yet, with fast followers and globalization, those features get copied very quickly. So it's very difficult to sustain differentiation based on product features. Plus, how many of us really want more features in our digital camera? Right? We have enough. Secondly, the second traditional way people used to compete was on price. And yet, with a globalized economy, everyone's using the same supply chains. You can't differentiate on price and make any money. So it begs the question, how do you get sustainable differentiation in today's market? Well, the only thing left is the customer experience. I've personally done over 500 individual customer and prospect visits over the last couple of years, and I asked all the execs I meet with the same question, which is, what are the top three things on your agenda? Invariably, one or two of those top three items is related to improving customer experience. So it's at the top of the agenda for most executives in consumer businesses. It may not say it as customer experience. It might come up as reduce customer churn or increase customer sat, but it's always in the top three. The second thing that I think makes customer experience important is the rising consumer expectations. As certain companies get it right, consumer expectations rise. So think about it. If you have a great experience, you expect more the next time you interact, not only with that company, but other companies, and it's true across all industries. If you have a great experience in retail, it raises our expectation for our airlines that we work with. If I call Cabela's, they know which 12-gauge shotgun shells I want. How come my airline doesn't know I want an aisle seat, right? These things need to be brought forward. As companies embrace great customer experience as a strategy, consumer expectations across all industries are going to continue to increase, and we have to be prepared customer experience is really the way we're going to compete in the future. And the third reason is that traditional marketing has become extremely ineffective. Our markets have gotten a lot noisier, and it's harder to get consumers' attention. Advertising is less effective. Direct response is less effective. So what's left? We have word of mouth. Well, how do you get word of mouth? Well, you get word of mouth with raving fans. How do you get raving fans? Well, with exceptional customer experience. It all comes back to the same point. And satisfactory experience does not create raving fans. It only exceptional customer experience does. Plus, social networks, the rule, amplify their voice. It used to be that one bad experience and someone tells 10 people. Now they tell 10,000, so it has dramatic effects for us. So customer experience is today's primary business imperative to develop and sustain differentiation. Globalization is removing traditional differentiators of product and price and leaving us only with customer experience. And rising customer expectations will raise the bar for every business. Customer experience excellence will replace traditional promotional marketing. I want to take a quick look at where we think this is going. I just got back from a 3-continent tour. We spoke with 1,800 of our clients and partners. And I painted a picture of where we think customer experience is going to be 5 years from now. If you're interested, you can Google the future of CX, and there's a short video that we filmed, a day in the life of a consumer 5 years from now. And I think it's inspiring. It's also very challenging as we think about how we deliver experiences to our clients. I want to quickly talk about the 4 predictions we had there. The first is that channels are going to become invisible. People are going to switch between email and phone and social network and chat kind of as the consumer desires based on the type of interaction they have. Our systems have to be prepared for this. Devices are going to continue to proliferate, our mobile devices. We heard Jack yesterday talk about our device telling the counter that we wanted a cappuccino. Well, we all carry devices. All companies have to build service systems that become device aware, because these will share an incredible amount of information about location and intention. And if we don't have this information, we're not going to be able to deliver exceptional experience to our clients. Agents are going to be everywhere. Agents will no longer just be in our contact centers. They'll be at work at home. They'll work from anywhere. They might be on a shop floor. They might even be virtual agents that actually act on our behalf based on the intent that we express to them. And then finally, service is going to get very personal. We have discussions around privacy. I think about the debate that occurred 10 years ago about whether I would use my credit card through an e-commerce site. Well, that problem's gone away. And now we're dealing with this next horizon of privacy issues. And this starts to bring in the whole idea of big data and predictive analytics so companies can anticipate their consumers' needs. So just to wrap up, we believe customer experience is today's primary business imperative. Customer experience is at the heart of brand and brand definition, and not embracing exceptional customer experience as a core strategy will leave consumer businesses unable to compete. My email address is greg@rightnow.com. I'd love to have more interaction with anyone of interest, and thank you for your attention.